The wings of the tin. Ta ta ta. This is one of the horse machines. And these are the Tenax. This is the Horus Titans. Jora distraction for Aloy to get inside the Horus. While all of them just fly around just like the first Horus. They're over the Tenak territory, arena, and everything is on fire, the jungle, place. And this is what is about to happen, because we're in the war. And Silence has awakened Horus Titans, and he's actually at the Zenith base. That is our plan for now. We want to take down Silence, but we need other Horuses to do so. And there's so much to discuss today, because the Horus machines are quite complex and they need a bit of education. Okay, so originally these were giant machines made by the Faro Solutions, and Horus machines. They have no weaknesses, or so we thought. These Titan machines can only be overridden by Omega clearance. Okay, so basically these huge machines are not like the usual machines, they're freaking huge, and they are built like tanks and monsters. They're basically giant blending machines, very terrifying, and there's thousands of them in the world. They're independent, self-sufficient, they can repair themselves because they have like a tiny cauldron inside of them. They can also replicate machines, replicate other technology devices, multiply faster than they can like be killed. It's basically like queens over smaller swarms of machines. They have their own AI unit inside of them, and the only way to control them is directly. When we see Londra, Londra in Burning Shores, when Aloy enters inside the Horus, we can see during the boss fight some kind of devices. So first there's like 2 power nodes on each side that you have to deactivate before getting to the processing orb, which contains the AI unit. And Walter Londra is standing right in front of this power core processor AI orb thingy, which is like the brain device. And he's connected with cables, physically connected from his neurological. Anyway, that focus is connected inside this thing inside his brain. It looks like a tiny bug robot, and he can control like that the Horus unit. But how did he activate the Horus in the first place? My guess is Omega clearance. But since Silence went rogue and super villain, and that he double-crossed Aloy to capture and destroy Hephaestus before he could steal one of his Horus machines and take over the cauldrons, we didn't have like a chance. But we know that he stole our plans to capture Nemesis into the Zenith base via the networks. And with that, he stole all of our copy codes. Hephaestus Omega clearance, the upgraded one, he also has it. So, and my guess is the Zenith already had a copy of the Omega clearance after Gemini Cauldron, so he could use that to their advantage. And I think Londra somehow after the war just escaped and like used that Omega clearance to activate the machines. Omega clearance was made by Ted Faro. Ted Faro, which is the owner, the big boss of the FAS, which is like Faro Automated Solutions. We're basically building robots for military upgrades and stuff. And one of the machines, the one in the greenhouse that had like these swarms robots that eat everything on their path, that feed on biomass fuel, and they're basically indestructible and not overridable. And this glitch that made them destroy everything and rebel against their employees was sent from Nemesis, which actually turned this, I think it was Adamantine Wraith. Anyway, it was a very, very creepy machine based on Demeter, subfunction of Gaia. It was made with it, and the way it was made, it couldn't be like overridden except from Nemesis, because Nemesis is the only AI who actually successed into having his digital transcendence, which is like having people or entities uploading their mind into an AI. And he became sentient, he became powerful, and my guess is it was Vast Silver and still is Vast Silver. It's complicated, but I love this filter, the way it just goes through my face when I do this. Anyway, when Aloy went to search Omega Clearance in the Thieves' bunker, she took it. She brought it to Gemini. They tried to capture Hephaestus, failed the Zenith game, stole it, or had a copy of the code anyway, and they could like use that Omega Clearance for themselves. And probably Londra stole it and like activated the Horus from inside. I don't know, it's creepy, and Silence has this Omega Clearance with him, and he's using it. And he activated one of the Horus machines, but he controls basically all of the other Horus machines with his own mind. It's with his focus device that goes inside the brain. And fighting many Horuses at the same time. It's kind of terrifying, because just killing one was hard enough. So I came up with the plan that we could use a Tenax. You know how the Tenax always loved and like praised the wings of the Ten, which was like people were used like air stuff. Like anyway, we wanted to use water wings to make them ride on water wings and distract the Horus, while Aloy comes inside the Horus and steals them one by one, because there's only so much that Silence can do if he's not there physically. Like, he has one Horus, but all the Horuses are dispersed to keep the tribe submitted and like in fear and not attacking. So we'll try to take the Horuses one tribe by one tribe, one machine per machine, and when we'll have like 2 or 3, we'll go to the Zenith base and try to take over Silence, Horus. But we're not stupid. We know that Silence will try to make a deal with Aloy, because he basically needs Aloy to defeat Nemesis for a very complicated reason. Nemesis' biggest threat is any clone of Sobex or any alphas that worked on the project of Nemesis. So, but like, you cannot erase a genetic code, you know. You can delete the alpha registry, but you cannot delete the genetic backup made by Elizabeth Sobeck herself on Vast Silver, which is like basically its worst weakness, I'm pretty sure. So all we need to do is like convince the Tenax and other tribes to flying machines and distract the Horuses while Aloy comes inside and people try to get inside to try to connect with it, or just destroy them as a whole and try to override them later. But it's a race against time, and Silence is trying to take over all the cauldrons to raise the biggest army this world has ever seen. And by trying to take back the cauldrons, and it's like part of the culture from the Tenax, like Silence tried to subdue the Tenax, and Ikaro didn't take it well, and he wants to like fight Silence, but any move we'll make against Silence has to be fast, because we're not supposed to intervene, otherwise it's going to destroy every fucking tribe and like make a war. So all we plan to do is trying to make a big war around the arena and try to steal the Horuses one by one. And when everyone is distracted, trying to take anything we can and like make it backfire on Silence and try to take over him and try to kill him, use the Omega Clearance, and finally use Elizabeth Sobeck code to purge him, Nemesis, through the network in Zenith base. Anyway, it's complicated, so wish us good luck.